All right, guys, welcome to day 2 of the Instagram challenge for music producers. If you guys really did your homework yesterday and followed the different steps, you guys should be following a bunch of great accounts. You should have already been learning a lot with bookmarking posts and really diving in and understanding the culture of Instagram and exactly how to use it, because by the way, that's the best way to learn is actually using it. Sometimes even videos like this aren't as good as the time you spent actually in the app. But today we're going to be talking about different types of posts you guys should be making, whether it be as a music producer or really these formats will work for anything. And the best way to show you guys, I'm actually going to dive into my profile as well as Drew's profile and just show off different types of posts that we're making. And we can actually start with Drew's. So as you can see here, if I go to his profile, he posts a big variety of different stuff. Here's a cool little post where he took a little pocket operator and made a cool sound with it. Literally shot a piece of content like right here, like right next to where we're shooting this video in like 5 seconds, where he said Cymatics into this little pocket operator thing. And then what he did was after that, he kind of turned into a cool sound with it and posted it literally within seconds. So that's like a cool little video piece. You guys can think maybe how you can take cool sounds and stuff and post it or whatever it may be, just short little video clips that you don't have to think too much about. If I scroll down here, we got the good old meme, right? Do not be afraid to post memes. Okay, a lot of people think that posting memes is useless and stuff like that, but if I can, like right now, I'm gonna go to my profile and actually show you guys this as a good example. So if I go to different memes, as you can see, we use different hashtags, and if you go to the view insights, as you can see from hashtags, this one post reached 9,149 people. I reached 9,000 people through posting a meme. So if you used the proper hashtags, well, guess what kind of people are probably responding to this producer meme? It's probably music producers. Okay, so I had 9,000 people. Who do you think I'm trying to attract as somebody who runs a production company? Obviously producers. So something like this is actually great. And the reason memes are so awesome is, one, they do great in the Explorer, they do great on the different hashtags, and you get so much engagement on them because people think they're funny, they can really relate with it, that essentially the more people interacting with your page, the more you'll actually be shown to that person, because the way the algorithm works is it kind of calculates like, oh, is this person going to respond to your content? And when you mix up those memes and you don't do just personal content and you get a lot of engagement, that actually helps your regular posts as well. So do not be afraid to post memes. It's actually really good, and as you just saw, if you use the right hashtags, you'll be able to get a lot of reach actually outside of your page. But if I go back to Drew's page here, I keep scrolling down. He actually has this cool little picture that says, treat your music career like a business. And he followed it up with a little bit of copy inside the actual caption itself. Obviously put some hashtags down there and give a little call to action for share this with a friend who needs to see it. And cool thing about this post, guys, it's just a basic text post. Me and Drew actually use it a lot. It comes in a lot of different styles. Like you can put literally any types of words in there, but if you write the right type of stuff, people actually respond really well to this, especially if you followed up with a great caption. And if you just download the app WordSwag, these are super easy to make. So make sure you're using just basic word posts kind of like this, because they're going to work well. If you go down here, this post is actually kind of hilarious. Me and Drew have been talking about this a lot because he actually posted this. We took some pictures and we did a big studio giveaway, and he actually stood on top of this thing and it somehow just went viral, like kind of went off. He got 9,000 likes. This is one of those A+ posts I was talking about. And it got 7,134 comments, but the funny thing is I posted on my page as well. It didn't get as many likes. It got 7,500, but it got 7,350 comments. So both those posts went off just because it's kind of crazy. But the reason I wanted to show you that specifically is because giveaways in the future, if you guys want to do stuff like that and try it out on Instagram, it's actually really powerful. It's the reason this has worked, and we've used this as actually one of our core strategies. So giveaway is another type of post that goes off. Here's just a funny, relatable meme as well. It got 4,151 likes. This is actually a type of post that also does well. He made this video called how to make a dubstep snare with that pocket operator again. And the reason I like these types of posts is because, essentially what you're doing is you're doing a little bit of video editing and putting in like a big catchy headline. And you see a lot of people doing this on Instagram right now. The reason being is that, not all videos always fit the square format, and sometimes you want to better utilize a part of it and put in a good headline because the captions are pretty small. And doing that can have a great effect on it. So don't be afraid to do kind of like the meme text style videos. This is actually an interesting type of post as well. This is kind of like a little tutorial type post, or I've seen people in different industries kind of do pictorials where they'll do different pictures and then, in the captions they'll write maybe a little tutorial, but this is obviously video. But Drew made this thing in his story. So don't be afraid to make content in your story. As you can see, this is just a basic Instagram story maker. And what he did was he just literally downloaded all the videos, put them together, and turned it actually into a piece of content for his regular post as well. So he's dominating the vertical newsfeed as well as the horizontal. So people are checking out the story, and then also when he makes that story, he also doubles it up as an actual just regular post as well. So that can be really good. Obviously, we got another meme again. This is actually a great type of content as well. Do not be afraid to curate content, especially in the early days. So one of the things that people actually love is actually shoutouts, and it's really easy to curate content on Instagram. All you have to do is maybe find a good video from another content creator, and you can actually post it up on your Instagram. Just give them proper credits and tag them because they know they get some clout and traffic as well. And the cool part about that is it gives you content from your pages. There's actually literally thousands and thousands of Instagram pages that do nothing but curate content. You almost become kind of like a blog / redistributor, and it actually works really well on Instagram. But the reason I like it is that one, people love to get featured on your page. Like every time Drew will feature people on his story, or I'll feature people are constantly messaging saying thank you, and they really appreciate that kind of thing. But even bigger people don't mind, because honestly, if you give them proper credits, you're driving them traffic and you're helping them out. And one of the cool parts about that is that one, it's hard to post the amount of content you really need to make an Instagram grow. Like you should be posting literally 3 to 5 times a day, and it's really hard to constantly create that stuff and really learn Instagram at the beginning stage because you're going to be a bit slow. So curating content will help you kind of have stuff in the backlog ready so you don't have to constantly be creating new stuff. And the best part about it is, if you find other A+ posts and you kind of start reposting that stuff onto your Instagram, the cool part about it is that you'll actually start learning what your audience vibes with, because they may vibe with a certain type of post, and you might realize, hey, I can do something similar to this, or I can create something inspired based off this type of content that my people are already responding to. And I'm actually going to go to my profile for a second, and I just want to say that, like, do not be afraid to even do stuff outside the realm of your music project. Usually, if you're a music producer, you probably have more than one talent. And I don't think it's ever bad to show off other parts of your lifestyle, because your Instagram is not just your music project. Your Instagram is kind of you as a personal brand. And that might mean more than just being a music producer. You might be into like skateboarding, and maybe doing a video where you're doing a cool skateboard trick in slow motion with a cool song behind it does much better than just posting some random song or something. You know what I'm saying? Or just posting some random selfie. So don't be afraid to show off different parts. Like literally, I posted this video, and I think it's kind of interesting. Yesterday, what was it? It was one day ago I posted this video, and it's almost got 10,000 views. It's a video of me shuffling. All right, I used to shuffle back in the day, like 6-7 years ago. And the only reason I did it was because I wanted to take part in this hashtag. I saw Aoki Shuffle, and Steve Aoki was featuring different people, and they weren't that good who were shuffling. So I was like, let me hop in there. I was like, I could probably kill this. And I did it. And one of the funny parts is that he actually commented on the thing. And so it's just a cool way to kind of interact and post different types of stuff. People still vibe with it. As you can see, I got 158 comments, and it had nothing to do with music production. So constantly be looking for different types of posts you can make. As you can see, if me and Drew followed any sort of layout, we wouldn't be able to do all those different types of stuff because we'd be stuck posting a certain type of picture. But because we don't have that, those rules and restraints based on what kind of things we want to post, we're not restricted, and we can try out new things, and we're constantly learning new stuff and trying new stuff every single day. So if you kind of get in that zone, get in that mentality, you'll be able to learn a lot faster. Another thing we actually learned from Gary Vee is actually quantity is more important than quality. And that's going to be a really weird one for a lot of different music producers, because the way music producers think about, their music and stuff, it's always about making it sound as good as possible, and saying something like quantity is better than quality is kind of weird. But in reality, in the world of Instagram and social media, one of the things about content is that you don't actually know what's good. Quality is not defined based on how much time you actually put into it. Quality is defined based on how the audience perceives it. And sometimes that can mean a shitty meme that was put together in 3 seconds. And you could spend literally weeks on some sort of amazing post, and it may not do as well. And because you're basing it purely off of, the engagement you're getting from the audience and the feedback you're getting in real time, one of the best things that you can do is pump out as much content as possible, even if it isn't as good. So that way you get more feedback, and the more feedback you get, the more you can actually correct your post and make better content. And then your content gets better not because you're spending more time on it, but because you're getting a faster feedback loop. And they actually talk about this in the book Lean Startup, and it's how they build tech companies too. It's a similar type of process, but essentially you want as much feedback as possible to figure out what's working and what's not. And then so that way you can then course correct faster, and you can actually get higher quality content through quantity. Okay, so it's a very important concept to understand. It's going to be your friend when it comes to this whole Instagram challenge and building up your Instagram account. But today, guys, I don't really care if you make an original post or curate some content from someone else, but I want you to make your first 3 posts. You can split them up, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, one at night. You can post them one after another. I really don't care, but what I want you to do is today you're going to make your first 3 posts, and guess what? Every single day for these next 7 days, you're going to be making 3 posts, so you better get used to it. And at the beginning, don't be afraid to curate the content. Maybe take 2 pieces of content that you find awesome from other people's Instagrams. Just give them credits, give them a little shout out, get that curation, see how people are enjoying it. And later on, as you start to learn more about what people respond to, you can start creating your own original content and see if you can get that to do well. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed day 2 of this challenge, and I'm looking forward to day 3.